What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. QQQ is up 3% on the day. NVIDIA did end up beating earnings. We had a setup that suggested it was going to be beating earnings. And even if we did fall off NVIDIA earnings, we knew downside was limited because we had all of the big boys looking immaculate. They were also getting oversold and at support. Now, what ended up happening? We had a really big day over here. We're going to come over here to the daily time frame. We're going to see QQQ is back at a new all-time high. We have SPY at a new all-time high. What do we got Mr. DIA doing? New all-time high. IWM is the laggard. But IWM also looks not too bad, but not as good as we have SPY and QQQ looking right now, especially QQQ. And we have a ton of tech stocks that we're going to be taking a look at today. Why? Because they are all looking crazy. And they are all suggesting that we're probably going to see QQQ go for a ride here. Fresh all-time high. What is the stop? All right. What is the stop sellers from getting their stop losses hit right here? Some big guy's going to push price above here at some point, and you're going to see stops get hit, and that's going to take prices up higher. Now, what I'm going to do right now is we're going to start off on the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to point out what I see right here, right now. Just like I was pointing at down there, and I was saying it pretty loud, pretty clear. We had a setup for a bounce. You had a bullish divergence. You had a potential falling wedge. You had a golden pocket test. All right? I don't know, It doesn't get much cleaner than this. Pretty much exactly stop at the 0.786. You come over here to SPY. You had the same exact setup going on here. And what ended up happening with SPY? You ended up at a new all-time high. I understand there's catalysts. There are always going to be news catalysts, but the charts come first, my friends. They always come first. The charts will predict the news. The news does not predict the charts. That is just not how that goes. We had a bunch of big boy tickers suggesting that they were about to take SPY and QQQ higher. We are now seeing them take SPY and QQQ higher. And I will just remind everyone, yes, NVIDIA was definitely set up to bounce. If you're going to say it was complete random, I beg to differ. I made my case yesterday. Not even at the end of the day. I didn't care what price action was going to do. I told you guys why I was bullish either way. It didn't matter what happened. I would have taken that opportunity right there. That would have been your opportunity at life-changing money. You would have bought an NVIDIA dip on a massive 20% drop, and you would have seen like a 10 to 20% move intraday, and you would have been able to catch that guy. But instead, you saw a lot of it get done in after hours. A lot of people couldn't participate in options. And guess what? Now you're at a new all-time high, and if you think you're not going to come up here to these targets, I don't know what to tell you. NVIDIA is known for doing the squeezy McSqueezy. It's known for being the beast. It's known for being the monster that you can't control, guys. First, you got to create the monster. Then you learn how to control it. NVIDIA is just creating the monster. We're eventually going to see her come down, but it's not now. And speaking of another monster in the making, we're going to skip right over here to AMD. All right, I just want to skip ahead to AMD real quick, and then we'll go over SPY and QQQ like we were before. AMD is just broken out of its range. You also held this trend line down here. I'm also just going to put it out there. You have a whole boatload of volume here on this big green holy moly candlestick with the breakout. If you think it's not coming up here to 185, I think you might be a little mistaken. If you think it's not going to break there, and then things get real crazy and we're heading to $200, I think you also might be a little mistaken. Again, something that I'm not saying, all the time, it's going to be completely predictable like this, but I am definitely going to say the charts have spoken. All right, the charts have always spoken. And if you want to, go against the charts, if you want to pretty much go against what I'm saying here in these videos, you can. But I'm just telling you, I base everything I do off of the charts, and I will share my work with you each and every day. But I just ask you, if you are going to use my work, please don't roast my work. The work will save you some money. It'll also save you a lot of time. Guys, if you are open to that idea of saving yourself time and getting the best analysis that I think you possibly can here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You're going to hit that bell. I put out a video most days. you know, we're going to say 2 to 3 o'clock. All right. I don't always catch the close. Sometimes I will post the video after the close, but most of the time I see what I need to see intraday. And a lot of the times when I'm seeing stuff, I kind of just want to come on here and make the daily update like I was seeing the other day, right before NVIDIA earnings. Guys, we had so many tickers just set up to bounce here. I had no reason to get bearish on this market. There's no reason you had to get bearish on this market. I'm just putting it out here. All of these suggested we were in for a ride. You have VIX over here with the daily RSI yesterday hitting 63. Guys, if we had another down day on SPY, VIX was going to spike and that was going to run over 65. The daily RSI getting over 65 is marked, we're going to just say about 20 tops here on VIX. I'm not going to go back and count. We're going to say 15 to 20 tops. Over the last, like, you know, what has it been, 3.5 years since the COVID 2020 crash? All right, we're just going to say 4 years. It's not been 4 years yet, but, oh, what am I talking about? One more month. We're at 4 years. All right, guys, so I'm just putting it out there. This has been, you know, it's at 100% accuracy. You have no reason to doubt the charts. That's what I'm just making my point here. We're going to get on with SPY and QQQ. All right, I made my point over there with AMD. Oh, I got a weekly chart for you guys at the end of the video. And holy smokes, if you want to take some action, I think this might be a chart you might want to take some action on. If you are open, if you're in the market for taking some action. I'm personally not going to touch it because I'm with other things right now. I think there are better opportunities, but I'm going to, you know what? We're going to cut to it right now. I'm going to give the people what they want. What the heck is this thing? What is this? Guys, I just discovered this. I mean, I was looking at it before. I definitely had something in the Discord about it. It was literally, you know, if you could hold right here, you got nothing over here. Guess what? You got nothing over here until all the way up here, because this is at 184. It's at 174. All right. Now, I will say right now, Amazon premiums are juiced. They're typically always juiced to the gills, so I don't typically trade Amazon. But I will say, this thing is looking immaculate. And this is one of those charts that if you think it's going to get up to these highs and just double top, I think you got it twisted. The worst thing you get is you're probably going to get something like this, and then you got an inverse head and shoulders. Then after the breakout, you get something like that, all right? Worst case scenario, guys, we're getting consolidation over the coming trading sessions here on SPY and QQQ. I don't think anybody, you know, any of us should be expecting a massive sell-off to come out of nowhere when everything is looking absolutely immaculate. Before I go on with the indices, we're just going to point out some tickers. We're going to talk about these, but Apple, all right? You got Google. You got Microsoft. Guys, all of these were called down yesterday's video. I'm just putting in, if you guys were doing the happy dance with me all night long last night, there you go. All right. I hope you guys had a jolly good time watching the fireworks, the smoke show, the gun show last night. All right. It was quite the scene. Quite the scene. What, like a 10% move in 30 seconds? That's quite insane. That's quite insane, if I do say so myself. Speaking of quite insane, I told you guys, SMCI, I don't think you want to short the beast. I don't think you want to short the beast. I think the beast is going to go up and make a new all-time high. Now, I will say ARM was a little disappointing over here, but you did get your breakout. And if you're seeing these other guys go, that could be a thing. All right, let's finish up with the indexes before we go any further here. There we go. All right, we're back over here, guys. So these are the targets I laid out for the Discord this morning, guys. Link is down below if you would like to, you know, guys, if you are struggling and you would like a better outcome, I think you would enjoy the Discord. That is my honest opinion. I put, you know, a lot of effort into that. I, you know, give you guys a lot here for free, but I'll tell you right now, if you want someone to hold your hand along the way, if you are doubting yourself, I'm here for you. All right, so I'm just letting you know. Link is down below if you would like. But, you know, we've been having a decent time in this market. And if you haven't been having a decent time, then, you know, I'm just saying, you might as well also educate yourself. You can follow along with the videos, of course. But I will literally guide you through your education on becoming a better trader. All right, as well as being able to do what we do here in these videos, okay? SPY, guys, I'm just putting it out there. I do think you're going to come up here to 511, but yeah, a pullback is warranted. Why? Because you've had a 15-minute bearish divergence for quite some time over here. I'm just putting that one out there. Quite some time. Now, how close is this bearish divergence from canceling out? Pretty close. 81.81. All right, you come over here, 82.83. Now, QQQ has the same thing. Now, this is why I really think you're probably going to stall out here. All right, and that's why we're recording this video right here, right now. I know I just, went back in time and, showed you guys a few things, but I'm just putting it out there. This thing is also still got a bearish divergence, 81.97, 80.72. I think sellers, if there's motivated sellers out there, they're going to step in right here. Now, I'm just putting it out there. I'm extremely bullish on this dip because of what I just showed you. I don't know how this thing's going to close today, but I'll tell you right now, and I understand there's low volume. I'm not too concerned about that. Most of the action literally happened in after hours. We all saw it. The volume wouldn't be intraday anyway, the people who actually caused that gap up. But I'm just also going to show you. This thing, just getting started. This thing, just getting started. This thing, just getting started. All right, you guys want to see a sexy ass index? Pardon my French. SMH. This thing, probably just getting started, just like we just discussed on the other chip names. All right, look at that. You did not get a daily close underneath your support right here. Kind of beautiful looking. All right, kind of predicted the future there. Charts. Charts, guys, that's all you need. I really do promise you that one. Obviously, you're going to need to work on yourself as a trader. But, yeah, as far as, fall and price action goes, the charts got you. The news will never get you. The sentiment will never get you. The charts got you all the time. And I got the charts. And I got you. There you go. And yeah, there's a bearish divergence forming here. But let's just put it this way. You had a $11 move from the high last time. What happens this time? Are we going to get another $10, $11 move? Probably. I'm just putting it out there. All these other charts are looking immaculate. You come over here to MU. MU is also looking immaculate. I'm just putting it out there. These things don't look terrible. You come over here to TSM. That thing, it kind of looks terrible. We're not going to pay attention to TSM, all right? But, it got the gap up. That's all you needed, TSM. That's all you needed, all right? But, yeah, coming over here to SPY, I'm just putting it out there, guys. I'm looking for buyers to step in right here at 503.50 if we get to sell. 15-minute bearish divergence. I made my case the other day in a video on how every single one we've had, like the last, I think it was 4 or 5, we had like a $5, no, it was like 8 or something like that. We had a $5 sell. Well, we have one right now, and until it gets burned, I'm going to be looking for like a decent size sell here. And guess what? A $5 sell would be 503.50. So if we're going to back test it, I expect buyers, like a lot of buyers, to step in right here because a lot of people are probably in misbelief and they're seeing what I'm seeing across the board. And we got a bunch to be bullish on, guys. The big boys have not started going yet. They haven't gone. They literally have not even started moving. All right. What happens when you get a move like that or a move like this? Because the market was moving very happy as Apple did not move, up with the market. What happens if Apple moves up with the market? What happens when you come over here and you get Goog, all right, really just pushing into extremes, okay? I understand. It's doing a thing right now, but it just started breaking out, guys, all right? We're looking for that move. If you actually take a closer look, what do you really have going on? We don't have a trend line to watch. So if you do stall out right here, we will definitely be watching that trend line. All right, guys? That's so beautiful. Goog chart is beautiful right now. Microsoft chart is beautiful right now. All right, you come over Amazon. It's just beautiful right now. Okay, guys, so I'm just saying we're not going to have a lack of dip buyers if I'm going to go out there and predict the future. I'm predicting that there's going to be a lot of dip buyers if you come back over here to 505.50 or 503.50. My apologies. Now, QQ, where are we watching for, guys? We are also watching for that decent size sell. And, is this kind of the perfect spot to be selling from? Yeah, it's darn stinking perfect, guys. If you're getting clean price action like this, you know damn right your levels are correct. You know it. You know it. There you go. Yeah, we're watching all the way down here, guys. 435. That would not be a $5 sell, but I just showed you a bunch of big tech charts that look amazing. That would be a $4 sell. What happens if you slightly undercut it? There you go. You get a bunch of people thinking, oh, it's not going to hold. It's not going to hold. And then it holds. And then it's, you're all the way down here. You're like, oh, and then boom. All right, guys. So that's when you look for the wicks. Okay, guys. But as far as I'm concerned, this thing looks immaculate. You just got the all-time highs. What is telling you it's not going to push through the all-time highs, trigger a bunch of stops, and start doing some crazy stuff? All right, there you go. With that being said, let's get into some individual tickers, okay? First thing we're going to point out is CELH. You just held the back test. I hesitated because obviously NVIDIA's earnings, guys, you don't want to be too heavy into an event. Like, it could have gone the other way. We got the charts, though. I'm just going to put it out there, all right? I did my best to make an educated decision there, okay? I hope you guys may have, made educated decisions. And, like, guys, if you're down on longs, all right, don't sell it as you have a ton of 4-hour RSIs just in oversold territory. Like, it makes no sense. All right, it makes that, and also Avgo, that's actually one we're going to talk about, but it makes no sense. You come over here to Goog, all of these just looked really good, and then you start breaking out, looks great. You come over here to Microsoft, it's again looks great. You had no reason to be bearish. Come over here to Amazon, again, all right, you had no reason to be bearish. And then you definitely come over here, the biggest boy of them all, and you have absolutely no reason to be bearish. What are you talking about? All right, guys. So, like, obviously, I don't know what's going to happen in the future when I speak. All right. Obviously, now I see what happened, but I'm just pointing out, guys. You want to fade what we talk about here on the channel. I'm not like just throwing out a bunch of bold predictions. We're just following the charts. The charts right now are suggesting this thing's probably just getting warmed up. If these guys start participating, SPY and QQ are going to have no problem going. SPY and QQ are going, all right? I'm just putting it out there. The broad market's going to rally. You got IWM also looking pretty solid over here. It's not looking bad. You're stalling out right from resistance. This makes sense, but you broke above that high, so we're going to be expecting a higher low on this. You found buyers in the golden pocket. You put in a hammer on the daily time frame, I believe. You put in a pin bar candlestick, and that's just, a hammer, no wick above, only the wick on the bottom. Pin bar candlestick, all right, teach you a little about, my candlesticks. I haven't seen other people use a pin bar. I got that one from a book. Has small wick on top, large wick on the bottom, pin bar. All right, guys, so it doesn't look bad. We're going to be watching for buyers to step in. And if you come down here to 197, over here, it doesn't have to be 190.63 exactly. We could take that off. But if you come down here to our zone, you're probably going to get buyers stepping in because that's also going to be the golden pocket. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. It also looks like you have the possibility of just continuing your track higher. I won't be surprised if you get a slight gap up tomorrow on everything, on SPY, QQ, IWM, DAA. And guess what? It's right above this high, and then you have short skin squoze right off the open. Okay, so I'm very bullish. We're going to start it off AMD right here. Okay, guys, take out 185. You can be looking for 200 bucks. I'll be looking for 200. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do anything. All right, but I'm just putting it out there. I'll be looking for 200. Come over here in NVIDIA. This thing's probably headed to 800 bucks like tomorrow. So, guys, if this thing has a heavy weighting now in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, got a $1.4 trillion, not 1.4, $1.93 trillion market cap. If it has that weighting, like, guys, just for, like, as an example, Goog over here only has a 1.79 trillion. Amazon only has a 1.81 trillion. Okay? What does Meta have? Meta only has a 1.25 trillion. Apple, okay, we're talking about the biggest guy of them all, has a $2.85 trillion market cap. Guys, NVIDIA is like looking like it's going to take out Apple's market cap. All right, there's more growth potential in NVIDIA. I'm just putting it out there. They got a $3 trillion evaluation they want to pitch during the earnings call. No wonder it does this stuff, because they know how to PR. They know how to freaking, they know how to make these crazy gap ups happen. And that's why you don't short the beast on ER. There's no reason to even short the beast. You just wait for long opportunities on it. And the best one was down over here when you had a hammer candlestick get printed right off of support. You swept the lows, got some people to probably put in some sells right there, got some liquidity for this move up. All right. Nice sweep over there. Yeah, guys. All right. Now we're talking Oxy. This thing might be pulling back. You're watching this 58.99 level. That's your buy-in for the next move. All right. CELH. This thing is already pushed up to the highs. I think it's very likely going to take those out. I think you're going to see these other levels that I have marked here hit. And I think we're headed straight up to this all-time high. This thing is a bullish ass weekly candlestick, just like this one was, just like this one was. We're expecting upside. was expecting more upside out of this weekly candlestick, but guess what? You got the retest, and now you're probably going to see it next week. Boom. All right. Next one we're talking about is pretty urgent because Carvana, all right, could potentially put in a really sexy weekly candlestick here. And I understand premiums are juiced. But, you know, they're about to be a whole lot more juiced if it pulls like what it did. Honestly, even with the 10% gap up, I'm just putting it out there. This thing over here, where was the earnings that you had a 40% move? You had a 40% gap up. This is potentially like, if you want to gamble, if you are a gambler, this is where you should have your eyes. I will put it on your radar. I'm not supporting someone gambling, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'll give you some high probability gambles if you want to throw some money at it. It's, you know, it's just, I'll mention them from time to time. We kind of, you know, we've been doing this for a few years now, and yeah, all right. I'm just saying, this is one of those things. Another one that we pointed out was coin. All right, guys, you literally came all the way down here. I know you had earnings, but what the heck is this? All right, you guys want to talk about something else? Pretty clean. You guys see that golden pocket test? Like, guys, I'm just putting it. My system works, and if you want the system, it is in the Discord. But I'll show you guys right here on the right here on my channel, guys. I'll show you my system time and time again. I got some setups within that system, and when I see multiple setups, I've already back tested and have these plans for. Okay, guess what? We got confluence up the wazoo. I love it, bro. I love it so much. All right, moving on. Zom. This is another one that I think is going to get moving and grooving, but I think it's just consolidating right here. But he did break above this high, and I really freaking like that. I'm looking for the daily close above 104.88, and I think it could get moving and grooving. You have this inverse head and shoulders. There's your neckline. You want to see the daily breakout. There you go. Rivian, you're down real bad. I'm going to suggest just stay away. No financial advice will be given, but I will say my opinion is to stay away. All right. Next one we're talking about is AI. All right. AI, I like how this is. I would like to see a hammer candlestick get put in by the end of the day. It doesn't look like that right now, but I also do like this thing. The only caveat is you do have that earnings right there. But look at this decreasing volume here on this decline. I love that. All right. Right into the golden pocket where you're getting buyers stepping in. You haven't gotten a volume spike. It probably is going to come, hate to say it, but off of earnings. I don't know. But either way, I like it, and I like the March 15 expiration, and I think it's probably going to go for a ride. All right, Schwab, you did get the gap up today. You're not holding it. You're not holding it, but we are still watching this guy right here. I was hoping buyers would be stepping in here, and at least we'd get here and then pull back, and then you have something to go off of right here. No, it looks like another false breakout here. Still on watch, guys. Still on watch, but I'm just putting it out there. I would not be, you know, expecting too much out of that right now. Come over here to W, guys. W has a pretty sexy candlestick on the day. I'm just putting it out there. This thing could start doing some crazy things. I am kind of disappointed that they killed it off until earnings, and now they're sending it. I'm kind of very disappointed, considering I tried this thing twice, and, you know, this thing is disappointed. But... But you're finally getting the breakout on earnings, just like our boy Oxy over here. And you guys all saw what Oxy did. So I'm just putting it on your radar. This thing ain't looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. All right. So that is that. All right, guys. So that is pretty much it. I'm just going to highlight the big boy himself. And I'm just saying, if this thing gets going, it's going to carry the market. It's going to add some rocket fuel to the market. The last thing I'm actually going to point out is something I forgot to point out. VIX was up. It was all the way up here not too long ago. I literally was telling the Discord, this is putting fuel on the fire, guys. If you think QQQ is not going to push up there and squeeze these freaking shorts, I'm telling you right now, you got it twisted. What the heck is this? This is just getting started, guys. It has not started moving like some of these other guys have. I'm just putting it out there. You could potentially begin your breakout today. Now, what happens if you stall out, though, here? I still like it very much. Why do I like it very much? Well, you come over here to extended hours again. And what happens if you stall it right here? Then you have this. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Or it doesn't really matter how you draw it. All right. Then you have this. And you come up here. And then you have an inverse head and shoulders. So we're going to be looking for a higher low. Guys, the hourly RSI on extended hours has not even reached overbought territory. This is not even like, this is what I'm saying. Once it does, we're looking for a big old move. Okay. But for the time being, guys, this bounce is like really not started too much yet. I'm just putting it out there. Yes, it's gotten started, but do you see what I'm saying? You had the bullish divergence here. All right. We could see Apple go for a ride. All right. We have not seen a ride yet. Ride. I'm looking for at least this gap fill before any real pullback. And what if we break out? If we break out, I would not be, opposed to some consolidation here. And then you go a lot higher. I'm just putting it out there. All right, guys. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys had a really great day. I hope you guys made some freaking money today. All right. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day and peace.